Welcome in to the Go STR live stream. I'm your host, Sam Estrella, for the next 15 spicy minutes in the Fly a Focus podcast studio here, where we take a sneak peek behind the scenes look at professional Airbnb hosts from around the world that have had such great success. Their guests just keep coming back again and again to visit their outstanding properties. And today I have the pleasure of visiting with my friend, Kyal Meyers, with Legacy co-hosting, coming to us live from Waco, Texas. Kyal, how's it going, man?
Hey Sam, how you doing today? Things are good here.
Awesome. I'm doing well. So it's kind of back to school into summertime right now whenever we're doing this. How are things in Waco?
Oh, they're very hot, but this is kind of a lull before the storm of our fall bookings. So trying to button up everything to get ready for the football games and things like that. So we're excited for the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Well, look, let's just jump right in, have some fun. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
All right, man. So I think I know the story. You've been, we've talked for a while now, but tell everybody how you really got in, like kind of Reader's Digest version, 30 seconds, how you got into this crazy world of Airbnb and what you were doing before that.
Yeah, so actually it's only about a year and a half ago I started doing this. And at the time I was a firefighter with 4 kids that were 5 and under. And so, the crazy schedule that I was having at the fire station, I just wanted something a little bit more that I could make my own and not be so tied to, someone else telling me where I had to be and at what time. And so we looked at some different, paths to go, and we ended up doing the Airbnb route. So we bought our first property to manage. And once I got that set up, I was like, this is really something I can take to other owners as well. And so that's when I began the co-hosting side of it. So it's only been about a year and a half altogether, which is crazy. It goes fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tell me about it. The world of short-term rentals. But man, it's going really fast for you. Before we jumped on here, we were talking, you just added another listing. So tell us a little bit about your portfolio, like how many properties you have under management, if you own them all, if you co-host for other people, where are they, things like that.
Yeah, we actually have a really diverse portfolio, and that's one thing I love about it. We have 6 that we own ourselves, and then I manage a total of 15 with one more that we're still getting ready, and it'll be live in a couple months. We have some that are great for just couple getaways. That's kind of what our portfolio focus on, is just really cozy, quaint couple stays. We also have a big lake house with a pool, and that's great for large groups. We have some just close to the hospital, great for midterm rental types with travel nurses and things like that. And then just like big groups coming into Waco that don't need it necessarily, like a pool and a game room and all that, but something that's big enough to host everybody and for them to be comfortable and enjoy a nice, well taken care of space. So we really kind of cover all of our bases, and keeps me on my toes, but it lets us, kind of tap into all the different market segments.
Yeah, man, I love that. It's so they're all in Waco or around Waco, correct?
Yeah, it's within like a 45-mile radius. So Temple and Belton, just down the interstate from Waco, is where some of them are as well.
I got you. So what are people coming to Waco for? I mean, I know it's a big college football town, but tell us a little bit more about what, couples are coming in town for, and what, the larger groups are too.
Mm-hmm. The majority of our guests as like couples are people from the bigger cities like Dallas, Austin, Houston, just wanting a small town getaway. Mm-hmm. And so we get a lot of people traveling to do some of the more touristy stuff like Magnolia. There's a big show on HGTV called Fixer Upper, and Chip and Joanna Gaines are just like a huge positive presence in Waco. And so they've done a lot of good things for small businesses, but they have their own entertainment that they can bring for people. And so That's a large portion of it. But then, Baylor University's here, so you have all the sports, all the academic stuff going on with that. And then we have a Waco Surf, which is like one of the most premier artificial wave surf parks in the world. People
Really?
from all over come here to surf, and the world's longest lazy river is on site there. I mean, this place is crazy. It was just really cool that popped up. So there's kind of some hidden gems on things to do and find. We get to see a lot of different people from all over.
So does the Chip and Joanna Gaines Magnolia thing really have that much of a draw? Like it makes that much of an impact in the community?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
I want to say it's been a couple of years since I looked at the actual numbers, but it was somewhere around like 40,000 tourists a week were coming in just
A week.
Yeah, when previously it was virtually zero. So I mean that was pre-COVID, so those numbers are probably different now, but
Yeah.
It's a big attraction.
Holy cow, that is interesting. So, I guess that would be a hidden gem for me, but I guess if you're kind of in that scene, if you're in the HGTV scene, it's like not hidden at all. So what are some hidden gems? Like for me, I had no idea about the surfing, like the artificial surfing pool and the longest lazy river. But like, what are some things that people that just know of Waco and Baylor and Chip and Joanna Gaines? Like, what are some other things that people like to do besides those activities or attractions?
Sure. Anytime I get recommend or ask for recommendations on things to do, I always point people to Waco Tours. It's a local tourist company that does a great job of sharing the history, doing like the more touristy stuff, but also go into more of like the local scene and give it some context and things like that. So they do a great job. They do like van tours, but also boat tours on the Brazos River, which goes right through downtown. So yeah, the Brazos River, being able to enjoy that, go to Cameron Park, which is right outside downtown. It's a 400-acre park with like over 20 miles of hiking trails. It's just this really cool thing that we have right there in town. Also, the National Mammoth Museum or Monument, sorry, it's in Waco. So there's this big mammoth excavation site, and there's these elevated floors built over the actual excavation site. So everything's still where it was. And so that's a really cool thing to go visit as well.
Wow. I had no idea about that. Very cool. So let me ask you about this kind of seasonality, right? I mean, we hadn't really talked about this before too much, but like I find, so I'm in like 5 markets myself, right? I'm in 2 beach markets, actually 3 beach markets and 2, I guess kind of college towns or like kind of small to mid city. What do you find your, personally, I'm going to back up and say personally, the seasonality between like beach markets or like snow markets are very seasonal between maybe one large, big peak season a year. But how do you feel about a small to mid-sized city like Waco? What are you seeing in your like peak season or peak seasons?
Yeah, it is interesting. It kind of rolls a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, the fall is definitely a peak season. And then the winter is definitely a slow season. So we follow kind of the more traditional travel markets. So like, flights are the cheapest in January, February. That's kind of when our lowest is as well. We have a big spike in March, and then kind of levels off again in April, and then a big peak again in May, and kind of levels out for the summer, and then drops again in the back to school with August, and then back up in the fall. So, yeah, it's definitely not like a huge spike and then a tank. It's, we get these random special events too. One other thing I forgot, the Ironman is done here in Waco now. Okay. And so, you get these random events that can change your whole month. I mean, the prices. We had the total or the eclipse last year.
Oh yeah.
We were in like the 1th percentile of best places to be, and so we made more in a weekend than we normally make in a month. So it's like you get random stuff like that can really change because there's not those huge spikes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, people must be loving their experiences at your place because they are willing to pay top dollar to get into those. And so, speaking of your places, man, so what is this we have right here? It looks like a website, correct?
Yes. So this is our direct booking website, and on here you can pick your location. We have it divided into Temple and Belton, and then into Waco. And then put your dates in. You can book, but I wanted to show you a couple of our properties. This is one I'm really excited about. It was a container home that we built onto. So we built a second story on top of it. Really unique. You're not going to find anything else like it, but really nice finishes on the inside. It's more of a tiny home type feel to it. So not a ton of wasted space, but if you and another couple friend are looking for a nice place to get away, and have your own personal space and get a nice relaxing place to stay, this is probably one of my favorite listings that we have.
Absolutely. That's so unique. I love it.
Thank
it's
you.
Not just like another ranch style home, like
Right. Yeah,
I love it.
we don't need another one of those necessarily. But if you're looking for just kind of a more just you and your spouse stay, this is our most popular for that. It's a studio style 1-bedroom, but got a really nice front porch and plenty of space to where you don't feel like you're crammed. It has all the amenities that you would need for a nice weekend getaway, but it's really private. It's secluded. It's very cozy, and this is definitely one of our top ones.
Stays pretty booked, right?
Yes, absolutely. And then one of our newest ones I wanted to show you is in Waco, and it's actually a 4-bedroom. There's not a lot like this because of regulations with the city permitting. And so this is really a niche property, but amazing finishes, a true 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath. So you can comfortably sleep a lot of people. And the owners just did a really good job of making sure it was staged and furnished well with quality furnishings. So really excited to have this one on board.
For sure. I mean, I love the blue cabinets and the gold finish. Really makes it pop off the page.
Absolutely. And then our most fun, so to speak, our kind of get together with everybody and their friends is our beach house, or lake house, excuse me.
Well, it feels like you're at the beach, I'm sure, right? With that beautiful pool.
Right. Yeah. And actually it does have trail access to the lakeside beach. So it's not,
nice.
It's not a ocean sand, but, but yeah, the owners did a great job again of really making sure there's a quality, cozy, comfortable place for guests to come and stay and enjoy being outside, coming together and, celebrating things. That's a lot of what this is people, family reunions, graduation celebrations, things like that. So.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Anything from couples to family gatherings. That's with activities and amenities, man. So, Kyle, where can guests find you if they see this and they want to book one of your beautiful stays next time they're in town? Can they go here?
Yeah, so it's My Legacy Vacation. So we want to make it kind of personal, right? This is your vacation. So mylegacyvacation.com is where you can find this website, and all of our listings are on there with the best prices. You're not going to have to pay those Airbnb fees and things like that.
Awesome. Any and we're going to put this in the show notes, but also any Facebook or Instagram or any social media
Right. Yes. Thank you. Legacy co-hosting on Instagram and Facebook. And then also the tiny home page has its own page. It's called Bluebonnet Trail Waco. So Bluebonnet Trail Waco on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Well, I know you're going to get visitors from there. And then how about maybe real estate investors, people who may want to partner with you, looking for co-hosting services from you? Where can those investors find you at?
Right. So same social media, just the Legacy co-hosting or Bluebonnet Trail Waco. We monitor those. But also legacycohosting.com. That's designated for more of the business side. And so there's a lot of information on there on how we do things and easy ways to contact us.
Love it. Love it. Making it easy for the folks who want to stay and do business with you. So final question we ask all our guests here, Kyle. So what is one piece of advice that you would give to fellow Airbnb hosts that really want to excel and stand out in hospitality like you're doing right here?
Definitely find a community. You can't do it alone. You just can't, and that's not a bad thing. But also, don't sacrifice quality to accomplish what you're trying to do. In the way the market is, even just from an ethical standpoint, but the way the market's going, if you're not standing out, if you're not quality, there's too much out there that you're going to drown in. So you really got to stand out.
Exactly. And to your point, we're in the hospitality business. We're not in the cheapest thing for a buck just to throw online, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those days are over. I mean, I remember people used to throw a tough shed and an AC and a cot in there, and you're making 20 grand a year, but those days just are over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's no wonder why you guys are doing so well and are so successful and people are coming back. Everybody, thanks so much for joining me here in the Fly Focus podcast studio here today. I'm Sam Mistretta. Guys, check out Kyal Meyers with Legacy Co-hosting. Next time you're going to Waco, if you're just passing through someplace, I mean, look, you can tell these guys are professional operators just from this little virtual tour we took. Kyle, man, thanks so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy.
Thank you, Sam. It was an honor and good talking to you.
Awesome. Anytime, my friend. So we will see you here next time on the STR Live series. Cheers. Have a good one. See ya.